Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to talk with you about France Numérique Libre. France Numérique Libre is a brand new initiative from local authorities, IT managers. So I don't know if you are familiar with the way the administration is organized in France, but you know that you have cities and then departments and then regions and quite a lot of different local authorities. There are a few new things. Well, the world has changed. You probably have heard about Donald Trump and the way he's dealing with technology and using technology as a tool to do to put pressure on some of the actors in the world. So there's a growing awareness within the French administration about political aspects of digital. So there's a need to for us to be more autonomous, to build a real strategy around digital sovereignty and so on, and public services. And open source is an answer to this this problematic, to this topic we want to address. Okay, because thanks to free software, you can have your own solutions owned by you or by some companies around you, and so you can avoid being dependent on you know, foreign or remote actors. The problem is, how do you achieve that? In France, each local authority is independent. They can choose the solutions they want and do the way they want. So what happens is that some IT managers who are really aware of those problems and who want to address those topics feel sometimes a bit lonely in their region. And they sometimes have difficulties to find solutions or to find documentation on how to implement a solution or another. So the answer to that was to create first a local initiative around Grenoble, which is the city where I live, that we called Alpes Numérique Libre, and it was really a collective of IT managers there to discuss those topics and talk about the different solutions that we may use within our IT departments. So, for example, you need some access control software. So we talk to each other. Which access control software are you using? I'm using this one, this one, this one. And we talk about available free software for each of our service needs. The problem is that we are more and more IT managers wondering about the same questions, and we don't have really a place where we could talk together in France. More and more local authorities asked to join Alpes Numérique Libre, but we really wanted to keep this collective local because we wanted to meet each other in real life, not only online. Okay, it was the opportunity to have a beer or croissant or whatever. And so we started having quite a lot of other local authorities asking to join, and we had to tell them, well, create your own local collective, you know, and talk to the IT managers around you. But some of them told us that they were alone in their region, and they didn't know the other actors around them. So we thought about it in Échirol, and we said, okay, Alpes Numérique Libre was existing had been existing for 2 years or so. And so we decided to try to create the same collective, but this time at the national level. Also, we asked ourselves, if such a collective is created, how are we going to interact with other public service structures, ministries, for example, or state agencies, you know, how people with whom we are working on a daily basis. For example, you know that the French cities are in charge of the equipment of the school in France. So we have quite a lot of exchange with the Ministry of Education. So how is this collective going to interact with those important actors? I was alone at the time, so I first defined a few objectives for this collective. The purpose was to create tools to enable us to communicate with each other in an easy way. And the purpose was to discuss about software available, open source software, methodologies, how to implement a new software, or how to implement a global open source strategy within my organization. What are the available service providers for a specific tool, or to help me to implement this open source strategy within my organization. The perimeter was quite clear. I mean, it was IT managers from local authorities. We needed tools to communicate to each other on a regular basis, and we needed to define the way we would interact with other actors. So we had a first meeting with a few state agencies. Some of them are represented here. And I talked about this initiative and the way I imagined this creation. And finally, I put in place a website, a Nextcloud server to be able to exchange documentation and well, all kind of documents. We needed a mailing list to be able to talk to each other on a daily basis. We needed social networks accounts to communicate on the initiative so that IT managers that don't know about the collective can join us. And a video conference server so that on a regular basis we can have an exchange and see each other's. I talked with an association in France that's called Adulact, whose purpose is to help local authorities to move to open source, and they accepted to install the tools and to operate the tools for the collective, so it was free. It was decided as well that it would be an open collective, not an association, no administrative structure, no president, no CEO, no manager, no whatever, so that it's easy to join us. Okay, so the way it's organized today is you have a website that's called France Numérique Libre. You go to the website and you ask to join the mailing list, and then that's it, you're a member of France Numérique Libre. So it's easy, it's cost effective, €0. You don't have to ask for complicated validations from your management, you know. You just have to decide that you want to be part of the team, and it's done. So it was born in April the 1st, and as of today, a bit less than 3 months later, we are a bit more now than 290 members. We are around 300 members representing 230 local authorities, so cities, departments, regions, and so on. Several workshops have been created to work on specific projects because, you know, we have exchange on the mailing list about, for example, local AI, how to implement them, what free open source tools can we use, and so people interested in this particular topic can decide to create a workshop and work together on the subject. So an example of a few topics that have been discussed as of today: local AE, mobile device management. We were quite a lot of IT managers who didn't know about any open source mobile device management system. You know, the MDM is something that's used to operate your mobile device in a centralized way. And so we, by talking to each other, we identified 2 different solutions that are very powerful and easy to use. We talked about GPDR management, sport facilities and the way you could maintain them, IoT, virtualization, cybersecurity, quite a lot of topics. More than 600 emails was exchanged as of today. So it's really active. And a few local authorities have discovered new solutions and implemented new solutions already in their area. One interesting thing that we have done is we've done a map of the members of France Numérique Libre. So the objective here is to identify the nearby players, you know, so that local initiatives can be created, so that you know the people around you. So this is a representation of the map as of today. As you can see, there are many local authorities from all over France, from the north to the south and east to the west, and even from very remote overseas local authorities, l'île de la Réunion, la Guadeloupe, yes, you have a few numbers here, 100 cities, 70 intercommunal structures, 18 departments. So in France, we have around 100 departments. So it means that already 20%, after 3 months, already 20% of our departments are members of France Numérique Libre. It's important. 4 regions, we are around 20 regions, I think, in France, and 28 other public services. It could be national park or firemen administration or this kind of administration. It's all for me. So this is the website of this new initiative. In the future, I think we are going to try to establish links with similar initiative in Europe. If some initiatives are created, we know that in Germany, for example, there are quite a lot of things that are going on, and it might be a good idea to think about a way to interconnect and interact with our European counterparts. Okay, if you have a question, I'll be glad to answer. Thank you.